Hey guys, Carla here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be stuffing our paycheck number 3 for the month of February. So my husband got paid $493, which was a little bit more than he usually does, like $30 more. He usually gets paid $463, seems to be the norm for his paychecks, but he got a little bit of overtime, so it's $493. And then I contributed $300 from my shop to our budget this week. I will say next week, or I think the next 2 weeks, like my husband's gonna have a day less than he usually does because he had to stay home because he is currently passing kidney stones, which is not great for him, but he has to stay home until it passes. He goes back to work tomorrow, but it hasn't passed, so we'll see if he can still be at work and just wait it out because he is drinking medicine for it. And he also went to the emergency room because of the pain. He didn't know what it was, so I'm gonna be waiting on the medical bill for that and seeing where we're gonna be at for that. So we might be using a little bit of our emergency fund for some payments. That's just an update on our situation right now and like what's new with our budget. We're gonna go ahead and start stuffing our cash envelopes, and as usual we'll always start with my wallet that I carry with me, and the categories that's inside here are usually the stuff that I use, except for like the bank and rollover. Well, I do use the rollover a lot. As you can see, there's only 100 left in there, but the bank is the money that we put back to the bank when we use our cushion, just to normalize not having like self-control on budgeting. I'm strictly gonna give us $300 every month now. Since I've been tracking our cushion, I can see that we're using it way too much to a point that we're not saving any more money, and that's tough to admit, but I have to, you know, always calculate and see what we're doing wrong and kind of change that in a way that is not very shocking to us. So I will leave us $300. I've separated like the debit cards that we have, separated the bills from the cushion because it just seems like it's all in one pool and we're losing control if it's too much money in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do $300 in the cushion separate from the bills, and that's it. Like if we use that $300, we need to replace it with something else. Like we can't be using the money if we don't have it, because that's what we were doing. So I'm gonna be a little bit more strict, and I kind of had my husband on board with this one. So we're really trying to gear up on the spending so we can save more, and trying to see where we're lacking in some aspects of our budget as far as self-control and what we can work on better. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect every month, but just realizing where we're doing it wrong is kind of like a starting point for us. So yes, I'm gonna give us $300 because that's $100 per person, and we'll have to replace that $300 in there with something. But of course there are exemptions, like if it's an emergency or just something different. But I have my categories here that I usually have, and there is money in almost all of these. You guys know for the $20 I take that out and put that in our rollover money. So the $1, the $5, and the $10, I put that in my savings challenge. So I have money in the miscellaneous. I have $4 left in the miscellaneous, so that goes to the $1 savings challenge. And then food, we have $3. Ooh, and two $5, and I think for this one I'm gonna put that in the $5 savings challenge as well. So I'm gonna do that. And then Carla has some left over, which is a 20, because what I've been doing is I just pull money from the rollover to use for Mia and I, and usually lately it's been for Mia because she needed some new shoes, so I got her some. So now we're gonna move on to filling these cash envelopes. Let me put the 20s in the rollover so this can be done with. And then the bank can go behind here, so it's not too much going on here. Alright, so Carla will get $25 for the week. I usually use my $5 for coffee or for small little things. And then food will get $100. I'm not sure if you guys know, but we do have a storage room and I don't budget for that, but I am gonna start budgeting for it next month in March, because that gets pulled from our cushion as well, and it causes it to decrease as well, and it causes us not to be able to save if there's like, you know, bills that are not accounted for. I just didn't know how long we were gonna have the storage room, but it seems to be helping us a lot, especially with how cluttered our whole apartment is. It helps us rotate things and also helps us save some room for Mia's clothes, just in case we do have another baby and it happens to be a girl. We'll have all that, you know, clothes and shoes for her if that is something that is for us in the future. So the storage room is helping, and so I think it's going to be something that we're going to keep, and I will put that into our budget. Also, it seems like my husband is getting a haircut every month, and he has found somebody that he likes having his hair done, and he likes having his haircut because his work is something that he gets seen a lot, and he gets told to trim his beard, and my husband has a really fierce beard. It's just how he is. He's, you know, a very hairy guy. So he also found somebody that could do the hair and the beard together. And so it costs a little bit more, but we're not really like high maintenance people. Like, I don't get my hair done. I don't get my nails done. My husband doesn't usually get his hair done or any of that stuff, but I think the hair is a good investment, especially if he wants to be seen professional at work so he can get that promotion. So that's about $62 every month. So I'm gonna put that into the budget again next month. Well, starting next month. So everything is budgeted to a T. That seems to be like a repetitive thing that we're not budgeting for, are those two from what I've been tracking. So just a little side note about that. But here we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And yes, that will spread out our budget even more, but it'll help us see what we're really putting our money into and help us budget for that and see what we're really saving instead of like having a lump sum of savings. But it goes to those two things. I think it's just better for us in the long run, and that's what we're here for, is seeing what works for us, what doesn't work for us. $10 will go to the miscellaneous, and I'm honestly debating on, you know, if we have a little bit more budget, probably do 150 on the food, because realistically we're spending a lot on food is what I've been seeing. We can also try not to spend so much money on food, but then I don't want to like deprive us of food if that's something that we're really enjoying all together as a family. But that's only when, you know, our income increases. If, you know, that happens, if my husband gets a promotion or I happen to make more regular payments in my shop, that I can contribute a little bit more. Amelia will get 25 in here. And that is it for our wallet that I have. And then the next thing we're gonna do is my sinking funds binder. Also, if you're new here, my name is Carla. I am a sticker budgeter, so I have a cheat sheet here with me that I prepare at the beginning of the month. I set it up with you guys and put down the numbers. Like, as you can see right here, there is pencil marks, and then once the week is done and I saw our paycheck, I put down in pen how much we have, and then I also have these kind of layout of how much we make every paycheck. So that's just a little bit of side note again. But here is my sinking funds binder. My purple one is my sinking funds binder. I usually put $10 per category, but I am gonna skip some categories here because I am gonna put money in Mia's birthday category. So Miha will skip. Medical, we are not gonna skip. We're putting $10. This got taken out $25 because of my husband's medicine for the pain, as well as to help push out the kidney stone. So this got taken out $25, so I think it has $185, and we're gonna put $5 here. And since I don't like the $185, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the $5 here from the side and add that in there, so it's like an even 200. So we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 200 for medical. And just to kind of help that out. And then gifts will get $10. We have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. And then Christmas will get a $10 as well. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, and 120 in our Christmas fund. Family time will get skipped. And car maintenance will get $10. My husband's car is shaking like non-stop when we're driving it. And we have an appointment Monday morning and we're gonna see what the problem is. I hope it's nothing expensive. So I'm just glad that we have money in here. So hopefully it really isn't that expensive because we have 1, 2, 3, 10, and 30, 20 in here. But we'll see what the issue is. We've been getting it seen almost every month and we don't know what is causing the whole car to shake. And it's scary when we're driving, so we're not driving it. We're using my sister's car when we need to go somewhere, but it's too much. I really hope, you know, I would like to have a minivan, but we really can't afford to get a minivan right now. We can't afford the payments, even if it's like 100 and something a month. Even then, we can't afford it. But if it comes, it comes. You know, we'll see. We'll probably get a job. We'll definitely see about that. But photos will get $10. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 110, and 120. So there's been a lot of issues this week. Like last week when we were cash stuffing, none of this was happening. My husband has been getting frequent stomach pains like every 3 to 4 days at that time. And we didn't know what it was until one night we were sleeping, and then when I woke up he said he went to the ER like at 5 in the morning and it was kidney stones. So I'm glad that he got it checked and that, you know, it's nothing too serious, but it's gonna definitely cause a dent in our budget, but that's what it's there for. So here on the birthday, since I added the 50, we have 50, 70, 90, and 100. So we need 200 more in here to help us out. So we got that going. I do have trackers on the back and I do update them at the end of the video once everything is done, because it's gonna take too long if I do them now. All right, so we're gonna move on to Mia. We're gonna move on to excuse you. We're gonna move on to the bills binder, which is my blue one right here. And I don't have trackers in here, but here we're gonna put 127. I don't count these, I just count what goes in it. So we're gonna make sure it's 125, 6, and 7 for the rent. And then I just close that up and that's it. And then electric will get 40 for this week. And then Wi-Fi will get 30. I need some 10s. I guess I didn't have enough 10s, so we're gonna have to take out these 5s. Actually, let me switch out some 10s because I think I didn't take out the right amount, because the bank didn't have enough 50s. Like they couldn't give me 50s, so I had to make do and switch things around. So I think I'm gonna take out a 20 in here in 10s and then replace it with this big amount, because that's okay. Our bank was closed because of renovations, so we had to kind of work around with what we had. So we're gonna put that back there, and then let's make sure that, yeah. So we're gonna put 30 in here again for the week. And if I have to break another 20 for the 10s, I'll do that later on. But we'll see what we have. And then insurance will get 28. Okay, we have 25, 6, 7, and 8. My husband has State Farm for his insurance, and it's been lowering since we first started budgeting. So that's really good because he hasn't had any accidents, knock on wood. I hope not. And then my phone will get 20. And then his phone will get a 20 as well. And then subscriptions will get 7. And then gas will get 25. Okay. So that is it for the bills binder, and we're gonna move on to the last one, which is my fun binder. So we're gonna start with the emergency fund, which will put 50 in here. Yes, 50 is what we have. So we have 50, 70, 90, 100, 20, 40, and 50. So 150. Sorry, my brain kind of clogged a little bit. So debt will get 50 as well, because we've been putting 40 in here, but we're actually gonna put a 50. And I'm gonna need the 50 for the $50 savings challenge. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, and 30 for debt. And these have trackers as well. And I actually budgeted the leftover $1 here for the $1 savings challenge. I've been trying to do that, like there's leftover amounts like $1 or $5. I'll put that in the $1 savings challenge. So we have this $1, and then from here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 8. We're gonna check 8 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're close to that $100 goal, and so we can start a new one once this is done. But let's make sure how much we have in here. 20, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 72 in our $1 savings challenge. So we're really close to that 100, and then I'm just gonna put that away and put that into kind of for traveling. Either if we're gonna do Disney or if we're gonna do conventions. We're definitely gonna do something fun this year because we've been brewing in the house. We haven't taken Mia anywhere, and my husband and I have never been to another state with the two of us. He's been to Texas by himself, and he's been to California to pick up his friend for him by himself, but never the both of us. So that's something we really want to do. And then the $5 challenge will get 3 $5 essentially. So I'm gonna make that change. So we're gonna do 3 check marks in here. So we got 1, 2, and 3. So that one is also close to being done, and then I can just start. And the goal for that is $500. So we have 1, 2, 300, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55. Just accumulating money with the leftovers that we have, so I'm really happy about that. And then the $50 savings challenge, since they didn't spit out $50 in our bank, I've had to make changes in my envelopes, so that's why there's 100 in here. So I'm gonna put the 50. I only budgeted one $50 bill. That's okay. So that's a 50 in there. And so we have 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 950, and that is gonna be 1,000 next week. So that's $2,000. That's, I think, already enough for a Disney trip if we wanted to, but we'll definitely see. We're just gonna keep saving it up and see what we do with it. And that is it, guys. So I appreciate everyone who's been watching me, who's been supporting me everywhere, whatever I do. So I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you guys are having a great week so far and a great week ahead, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.